Good?
Song and dance? All right, I can't do song or dance.
What was I saying?
Okay.
Yeah, ready. One,
One, two, three. My name's Alexander Dubovoy. I'm intern number 135. I'm originally from California in the United States, but I live in Germany right now.
Hello, I am Patrick. I am intern number 136, probably. I am from Montana, United States, by way of Virginia, United States. It's all over the place. But yeah, I came in here in September of 2022 because I've wanted to come to Obubu since 2020. But for reasons quite unclear, that didn't happen for a couple of years, but I am here now.
My name is Hannah. I come from Copenhagen in Denmark. I basically grew up in my mother's tea house in Copenhagen, and this is also what brought me to Wazuka in 2016, where we attended one of Obubu's tea tours. So many years later, my own tea curiosity grew, and this is why I decided to come back to do this internship, and that would make me intern number 137.
So my name is Katrina. I'm from Latvia. I'm intern number 138.
Hello, my name is Justin. I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina, which is located along the eastern side of the United States. I am very happy to be here at Obubu, and I was meant to come 2 years ago. Unfortunately, COVID had other plans for all of us, and I am so excited to have had the opportunity to come to Japan and specifically to Obubu this time around.
私はインターンナンバー140番の長野さとみです。出身は北海道札幌市で、去年1年間だけ夫の仕事の都合でアメリカに住んでいて、帰国後こちらの京都のオブブインターンに応募しました。
So it was a really unique opportunity to explore Japanese agriculture, and I think my favorite part would have to be the environment that we're in on a daily basis. So every day we go to a different field with Aki-san to help harvest or weed or whatever is needed at the time. So it's always nice to be surprised by the environment and the plants and animals and insects that are in each of those respective areas. So definitely my favorite thing was soaking in the nature in Japanese agriculture and just enjoying it to the fullest.
Actually, it was our second day here. We go to Aomori fields for the first time. You'll see a lot of videos of Aomori field, but which is beautiful, but you don't really see a lot of the way there. And what follows is like a 15-20 minute drive through like old forest growth. Like there's a river running through it, there's moss everywhere, it is very cartage core, it is beautiful, and I had no expectation that would happen. Like little waterfalls, to your left you see tea fields, to your right you'd see little tea fields, and then at the end of it you come and you see Aomori, and it's just one of the most absolutely beautiful things I've seen in my life.
In general, I really enjoyed the farming and going to the beautiful tea fields. Especially, I enjoyed very much planting the new tea bushes. So I think for a full week, I went every day with Aki-san to plant the small uchi hikari, baby chants, like we called them. So this was a very special moment for me, and I completely lost track of time, just planting new life and listening to the nature and the birds and the deers and picking wild pomegranates in the break times, where Aki-san would also bring us snacks, and he would become Snacky-chan. Yeah, the break time is also something that is very special. It's a very special moment. So definitely one of my favorite parts of the farming.
That would be the tea farming, because that was the main reason why I came to Obubu in the first place. And during the first part of our internship we did lots of weeding, then the harvesting started, and I just enjoyed all of it. Obviously it's very, very hard and it's a very heavy labor, so it makes you appreciate what Aki-san and tea farmers like him do. Because yeah, it's 24/7 thinking about tea, processing tea, picking tea, and yeah, so it's a lot of heavy work, but yeah, that's something I truly enjoyed.
One of my favorite experiences in Wazuka has been getting to speak Japanese with everyone. I've been studying Japanese language for a while now, and I came here wanting to immerse myself in the language, and I've gotten to know so many interesting people throughout the town. For my intern project, actually, I interviewed people around Wazuka, including the town mayor and also the head monk at the temple we're at right now, actually. And so I've gotten to practice a lot and to really experience the language and live a lot in Japanese.
Yeah, so having a mother preaching you about the Japanese tea ceremony, meeting Nakai sensei here in Wazuka was a very great experience. Becoming her student and attending her weekly lessons, teaching me about the Japanese tea ceremony, or chado. It was a great experience and something that inspired me very much, and something that I will carry with me for the rest of my life. And Nakai sensei is a super kind woman who showed me that Japanese tea culture is also a super warm and a super caring room. So I'm very grateful for that.
私の印象深い経験はティーツアーにたくさん参加をさせていただいたことです。海外から来るお客様のお茶を飲んだ時の反応がすごく素直でかつ新鮮で、それを見るのがいつもすごく楽しみでした。あとはティーツアーの中で短い英語のプレゼンをさせていただいたんですが、それも臆病な私にとってはすごく大きな経験でした。
So I think that my favorite food place would have to be Tsunagiba, which is a shared space for businesses to feature their foods, and I really enjoy specifically on Thursday nights. Bludge Ludge has pizza night with Ikuko-san. Ikuko-san is always so kind and has special ingredients that she makes the pizza with, like hojicha for the dough or sencha or matcha. So it's always fun to see what's in store every Thursday, and we usually go as a group to pick up pizzas and enjoy them at home, or sometimes eat them there as well. So yes, Tsunagiba, I definitely recommend.
And then I also want to highlight this local project, the Tsunagi Bar, where Ikoko-san makes her Thursday tea pizza. This is also something I enjoyed very much, having a little ritual of getting my pizza every Thursday. So shout out to the Bludge Lodge.
My favorite spot is actually on the road, but if you go just north of, you cross the street from Obubu and you go through these like farmlands, and then there's like a field, and there's more fields, and then you have tea gardens that go up a hill, and you can go to the top of this hill, and behind you you have Wazuka, and you have all these tea fields behind you, and it's beautiful. And then before you, you will now have some little more tea gardens and some forests, and it goes down to like another section of Wazuka, goes to some temples. It's a very, very beautiful spot, especially in the morning time. Especially sunrises are great too, but if you'll see a lot of shots of Wazuka with the mists, and being up there in the mists is very beautiful.
It would be the tea fields for sure. The very last memory that I had of a tea time on a tea field would be together with Satomi-san, Miwako-san, and her dog Sakura. We actually drank tea here on Tenku. We made Meijiro Kukicha and had a lovely lunch that was made by Toshi-san, or Mochi-san as we call him. And all my favorite memories as well of my internship would be together with Taki-san, and during our harvesting breaks we would drink tea and on different tea fields. During our last trimming adventure, he told me a lot about tea and tea shading and cloning and growing tea from seed. So it was always really educational and very fun and very lively. which I really appreciated and think of it very fondly. He always asked me a lot of questions about cultivars as well, so like, which is this cultivar in each field? He would ask me that. So yeah, it was sometimes difficult to answer that question because yeah, like it's sometimes hard to differentiate cultivars, so especially when it's a bud or when it's a mature tea leaf. But it was always really fun when he examined me this way.
So there's lots of good food places in Wazuka, but my favorite is actually the Intern house. I really enjoy cooking, and it's been so fun cooking together with all of the other interns. We've made a lot of nabe, which are Japanese hot pots. So you make a big pot of soup and put all kinds of things in, and then cook it in the center of the table and all share as a communal meal. So we've had lots of food parties all together with the interns and the staff.
So my favorite Obubu tea is Cinch of the Earth. And that's partially because even though I love Japanese tea, I am not a huge fan of strong umami flavors. But Cinch of the Earth, I think, is my favorite because it has that umami, but then it has this really nice bitterness that comes up behind it, and they kind of like dance with each other. So you have like this umami coming in and the bitterness come in, and it just kind of sticks with you. And sometimes you get these really nice floral flavors. And I think it's just a really nice, well-balanced tea that's it's got everything in it for me. And I love Cincha in general because I love brewing loose leaf. So anything that lets me use a kyusu, I love. But Cinch Earth is, I think, definitely my favorite Obubu tea.
私の好きなオブブのお茶は奥緑の抹茶です。理由としては、全部のお茶がすごく美味しくて大好きなんですけど、抹茶の製造過程を勉強させてもらって、こんなに工程がたくさんあってから美味しいお茶ができるんだなということを知って、感謝の気持ちが増してより一層美味しく感じるようになりました。
It's a very hard question because I definitely have a lot of very good memories during the last 3 months. However, if I would want to pick one, that would be the hand picking and hand rolling events. During our first week, together with Matsusa, we went to Higashiomi. And shortly after that, we also had a hand rolling event together with Taki-san and Kayo-san and Hiro-san in the factory. Therefore, yeah, and Kayo-san also made really amazing tea tempura, and that just taught me so much about the hand processing that, yeah, it made me realize that I want to learn more about it.
私の一番の思い出は他の5人のインターン生と一緒に過ごした時間です。私は他のインターン生よりも少し遅れてこちらのインターンに参加したのですが、わからないことがあって拙い英語で質問をすると快く返してくれて、それに対してありがとうって伝えると Of course もちろんだよっていうふうに快くそれも返してくれたことに救われて、オブブで楽しいインターンの時間を過ごすことができました。
So I think that my favorite memory at Obubu would have to be when the group went to Shizuoka. After the World Tea Expo in Shizuoka, a group of us went to the Izu Peninsula, and there we were able to go to hot springs and drive along the coastline to see the beautiful scenery there. And it was a unique experience that we ended at a beach along the way and got to see the sunset. So that was a really fun time.
I've always had a deep fascination for the Japanese bath, the onsen. And in Izu we found a small, very local onsen facing the sea. So sitting in the warm onsen, looking at the sea with the big rocks coming out of the water, this is definitely one of my favorite experiences and memories. And having a local fish tempura for lunch afterwards was a super great experience.
One thing that all of the interns did together that I enjoyed was going to the town of Tokoname. I actually liked it so much that I went there twice. But Tokoname is a pottery town in Aichi Prefecture. It's actually known as one of the ancient kilns of Japan, and it has a very long history of producing beautiful ceramics and particularly kyusu teapots that are made out of special clay. The first time we went there, we just happened to walk in the shop of an extremely nice potter named Takayuki-san, and he let us actually make pottery with him. And then when we came back, he helped show us around and introduced us to all kinds of different potters living and working in Tokoname. So it was a really amazing experience to learn about teaware and to meet all kinds of lovely people that are master ceramicists.
Let's see, I know the correct response is thank you, which is true. Thank you so much for letting me come here. Yeah, I'd say just, thank you so much for having me. It's been a blast. Keep going with the internship program because it's great. And
I want to say thank you for letting me be here. It was my first time living on a tea farm, and it was a really super special experience that I'm very grateful for.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Obubu, for the experience and opportunity to explore Japan, enjoy Japan, and to learn so much more about tea than I ever would have imagined. I know that this experience has shaped me in ways that I have yet to see, and I will take this with me into every chapter through the rest of my life. So thank you, Obubu.
I would say that I'm deeply grateful to Obubu for the experience I received here. I learned an incredible amount about tea, and it gave me clarity of what I want to do next as well. And I'm really grateful to the staff and my fellow interns for all the incredible memories that we co-created together.
はい、そう、オブブの方にはやっぱり感謝を伝えたいです。快く私たちを受け入れてくださったことももちろんですし、そのお茶に対する熱い情熱を伝えてくださったことにもすごく感謝の気持ちでいっぱいです。
Of course, I want to say a very deep thank you for teaching me so much about the different aspects of tea. Tea industry is many different things, and tea business and growing and farming, and it's a lot. So I'm very grateful for getting to know the different parts and aspects of it. Secondly, I want to thank Obubu for having education as one of their core values. I think it's a very important part, especially for me, to pass on my own passion and love for having tea in my own life. So passing on to people is very important, and I hope that in the future Obubu will keep on having education as a main core principle or value. So thank you for that.